confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field over the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Steps away to find some room. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. The Aggies want to crank the tempo. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Bussey. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Using his legs, it's Moss. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275.
Turning it on! They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going to take a shot. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game, and we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Now they'll run the draw. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
To the air, it's Simpson. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
Alabama quickly back to the line. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Caught in the backfield, it's Bernard. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
From the gun, the running back has it. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. And still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking for the score. Touchdown tie. Fitted in the window for the score. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So they move the ball 43 yards on that drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kramer. He's not even going to make it to the 20, much less the 25. He'll mark it out of bounds at the 18. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He'll try the left side. There he goes. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
You want to know why this offense runs the football a lot? Because you got a guy that's top 5 in college football rushing. You give him the football, and he'll continue to make plays. I imagine they're going to keep feeding him because he keeps putting up productive numbers.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the 5-yard step off, 1st and 15 for this offense. To throw, it's Reed. Fires to the middle. Finds a man on the right. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Quarterback may change this route. Motion from the wideout. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. That's caught. It's Moss. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the right. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed. It's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Oh, he's got some space. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. Give to the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards. Bob, you move the ball down the field easily and, more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. It's a draw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offense trying to catch him off guard a little bit, running that draw play, but the defense wasn't fooled. Everybody stayed in their lane, and they're able to get the tackle for loss.
The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Deep shot for the end zone. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Great job by the defense not falling asleep on that play. Like, you're right there in that fringe area, this part of the field. Offenses will get a little bit aggressive and try to throw the football because they kind of think the field's shrinking. It's harder to run. Nice job staying on it, staying disciplined, and executing by this defense.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Alabama on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. They're testing the right side here. He's in open space downfield. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do. And they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 15 duel. Let's get right to it. Oregon has the lead right now in Eugene, but that typically dynamic offense just hasn't been able to pull away. They're up by a field goal over Miami. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. Toss sweep to the left. And some room to work. Gets it past the marker. Turns it on down the left side. He's at the touchdown, Aggie! He got loose and it was lights out after that. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? The ball makes its way into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. He's taking the shot. He's got it on the outside. They make the stop, but this junior loves to show off his arm strength, and he did it there.
Really nice play getting that first down. And listen, I know when a lot of people think about the Crimson Tide recently, they think about the success they've had at the quarterback position. A big reason why those guys have been playing so well, they're throwing the NFL talent all over the field. And this dude right here, he could be the next first-round pick at the wide receiver position from Bama.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Back to throw, it's Simpson. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Got room on the return. They finally made the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
What an amazing play by the defense. Not only do you get the interception, but you completely flip the field. And how about the open field running by that guy once he made the pick?
Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Defense going all in to stop the run. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now and I'm using my athleticism and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Got it in the middle, it's Edwards. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And that's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
The give to the back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And that one's incomplete.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
You want to end the play quickly, get in the backfield that fast, get to the guy, and get him on the ground. Nice job penetrating right from the snap, getting off the ball so quick, penetrating the backfield and making something happen.
4th down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
Quickly to the tight end. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Looking downfield, it's Reed. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Making side adjustments here. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. Texas A&M going quickly. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Craven. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
They'll run it. It's Moss. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Got it behind the line. It's Moss. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. See how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They go to the draw. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. He now has 56 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Caught close to the marker, it's Horton. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Throws to the tight end. That's caught, it's Edwards. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Alabama! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And how about this offense responding late in the first half, getting the score, now an extra point away from tying this football game, going into the half. That's exactly how you draw up a 2-minute drill. That's how you want to finish a half.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. He brought that thing out of the end zone with the idea of making a play, but he wasn't even able to get back to the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for them?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Turning it on. Got enough for the first down and wants more. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Here comes the heat. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Caught over the middle. It's Horton. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's fourth down coming.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives live? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Alabama.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Good return of better than 30 yards. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Last time they had it, just an aerial assault. Precision execution, moved right down the field and put it in the end zone. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Back to pass, it's Reed. Oh, they're after him! And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
This has been a tight one, third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. Quarterback making checks. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On third down, he drops to throw. Complete in the middle. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be first and goal from the 6.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing a first down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let them move the chains, and now they're knocking on your door, first and goal.
It's first and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. He'll take it himself. Touchdown, Aggies! An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Defense not showing press coverage. Incomplete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down, just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes the grab. It's Williams. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
You know, I got to tell you, as an offense, moving forward in this game, third and long, you're going to have to push the ball downfield a little bit more. You got to throw to the sticks and give yourself a chance to convert these third downs.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. Finds his man. It's Williams. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. You talk about taking the wind out of a crowd. A fourth down conversion will do that.
Yeah, they were jacked up in here, excited. The fans get loud, rush the passer, and how about the conversion? The big fourth down conversion here in the third quarter to give yourself some life in a tight ball game.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. To the air, it's Simpson. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He's going to lose a yard on that one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. D showing blitz, they might be bluffing. Makes the grab, it's Bernard. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Power football with the run. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job of assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
On third and short, the power run here. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Extra point here will tie the game. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, the big top 15 battle is underway, and it's been very interesting so far. Oregon is just getting tuned up today. This is like watching an MMA fight where you start to question your own morals. Who sanctioned this bout? They're trailing by 35 to Miami. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now. Any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Dropping back, it's Reed. Here's the pressure. Oh, better look out. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Texas A&M going up tempo.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Second down, he'll throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Craven. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Concepcion. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work.
And you could tell they set up the screen action, but how about the ability to adjust, right? I see what the defense is giving me. You going to leave that open? Okay, I'm going to take it right now.
And the Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking for space. It's Moss. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
The Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to throw, it's Reed. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete. The clock has stopped and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. Tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's going for a big play downfield. And it's caught inside the 30. How about that one? 4th and forever, and he just turned one loose and fired it for the first down.
Man, does that sting defensively. You get him in the perfect situation. You know they're going to pass the football. You play.
Breaks into the open. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
This offense right on the doorstep. They can grab the lead late as time continues to wind down. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Next, going for the goal line. Touchdown, Aggie! And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
Man, what a great job with the execution in a moment where you had to have it. You score the touchdown, you take the lead. There's less than a minute to go in this game. All your defense has to do now is get a stop and you win.
And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. I'm sure these guys on offense dreamed of this situation. Big stage, time winding down, desperately needing a score. Well, now they trying to burn this defensive back. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air, but a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Puts it out of the air, and they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming.
I know it's early in the drive, but we've got less than a minute to go here. We've got to be more aggressive. We've got to take some shots, put some pressure on the defense.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Fires to the tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Lost a throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Edwards. Out of bounds to stop the clock. Not enough for the 1st down, but he did pick up 9.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the grab. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the deep... is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Zings it complete to the right. And he gets it in for the touchdown. Time has expired. They're down by 1. They can send it to overtime with the kick or win it with the 2.
Man, you did the hard part. What a drive, putting points together, getting 6 now. What are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the two-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down on the clock?
He wants to throw it. He makes the grab. The two-point try is good, and they take the lead. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.